A snowy day in March in the south coast of Alaska near the town of Homer. Welcome to another edition of Western Alaskan Bachelor. I'm Tony. We're going to explain our latest aquaponics system for you to hopefully inspire you to do something likewise wherever you may be. Now, the essence of aquaponics is the marriage of fish culture, where the problem was fish got poisoned by their pee, and aquaponics, where the problem was really maintaining enough nutrients and you had to keep adding a lot of chemicals and it was a lot of work. So why not use the fish pee for the plants? Well, like anything from human guts to biospheres, it's in the microbes. So what we're really doing is using our little aquaponics system to create a good place for microbes to mediate all the nutrient exchanges that would happen in a natural system. So let's start with the important sump. All water everywhere collects in the sump, and it's pretty good water. The dog sometimes drinks out of it, and the water goes here, and if the pumps ever fail, then the sump will collect all the water that overflows from the beds of the system. You can see we have one pump, and eventually we'll have a backup pump, and then the water from the pump traces and will first take it through the fish system. So all the water is flowing from both the fish tank and from the growing beds into the sump. From the sump it goes out through the pipe, and the pipe, notice the highly professional job done on this 3/4 inch PVC pipeway. And the pipe forks. The fork will follow first, goes to the fish tank. The problem is fish pee is ammonia, and we have to connect it with nitrate. And there are two different groups of microbes that do that, and they need lots of surface area and relative darkness to do it, and continuously flowing water with a lot of oxygen in it. So the water goes through this filter system here. This one's a lighter weight one with basically perlite sieved for coarse particles sandwiched between pea gravel on top and bottom. So the water goes through there, and two sets of microbes. One takes the ammonia, converts it to nitrite, and the other takes the nitrite and converts it to nitrate. And then it goes into a heavier system in this other bucket, which is perched on two cinder blocks. And this one is coarser gravel and basically provides a secondary filter where the head pressure forces the water through. So we basically, growing power uses a similar thing called a sand filter, but in this case we're just putting the water in, oxygenating as we go. And in here are our 50 feeder goldfish, or 50 plus now. We've lost a couple, but basically they seem to be doing fine so far. We threw in a little hornwort just for fun. And usually every day or so we exercise our Campbell, khaki Campbell ducks here and give them something to swim around on and stuff. So the water from here can flow out through this exit back into the sump. The other way that it goes from the pipe here, and the T-junction is up and into a grow bed, which is still being assembled. We're using, instead of continuous media, we're replacing it, so this one has yet to be filled with potted plants that are in a lightweight mix, and the floor of the pot has wood chips and or gravel. So there's lots of high pore porosity, large pore space that the water can flow through down below, and capillary action can pull those nutrients, allow those nutrients to come up in the plant feeding, root feeding area. And these are a whole selection. We're in our experimental time to see what kinds of greens we can grow, because our problem here in Alaska is fresh vegetables in the middle of winter are very expensive and have to be shipped a long way or grown indoors like this. So this is expensive grow space. So we're gradually potting up plants, and what we do is actually pre-grow them, like these arugula here, in our little grow blocks. So these are soil blocks. We start them in mini blocks, and then put them on into the 2-inch soil blocks here, and then those are potted on into the 1 gallons here. And eventually this will be 1 gallons all the way down progressively in age. The water goes down to the lower bed. And here's our brand new watercress. So we will be having watercress sandwiches before too long, and fresh mint beds too, in the heart of winter in Alaska. And then the water comes this way. Then we build a small gravel bar here, coarse, topped by fine, colonized by watercress, and to catch the duckweed, which is supposedly about 38% protein. The ducks love it, and we can also use it for all kinds of fish food and stuff like that. So every bit of light and nutrients that the fish are excreting and the bacteria are converting are taken up by these plants. And here's another opportunity for microbes to colonize inside the gravel here. Then it flows through here and back into the sump. And that is the beginning of our Western Bachelor aquaponics system. We hope you're inspired to do something similar.